This is Miss Boo.
I wake up at the bottom of the stairs with no memory of who I am. My head is pounding and something warm is running down my face. When I touch my temple, my fingers come back wet. Blood. "Quinn?" a voice whispers. "Babe?" I blink, trying to focus, and there's a man leaning over me. Dark eyes, a smile that doesn't quite reach them. He looks familiar, but something feels off. Like I know him, but not like this. He tells me his name is Freddie, my husband. The word husband fits in my head, like it belongs there, even if the feeling doesn't. He says I fell, that we were just playing and I tripped down the stairs. Something about the way he says it makes my stomach turn. I manage to sit up, and he watches me too closely, like he's waiting for something, for me to remember, or maybe for me not to. I make my way to the kitchen, my legs unsteady, like they don't belong to me. I reach for a cup and freeze. It's plastic, bright, cheap, with happy birthday printed on it. I look around and my chest tightens. There are no real dishes, no glasses, no knives, just plastic everywhere. Why do we only have plastic? I ask. Freddie just stares at me for a second before forcing a smile. "You're okay, babe." He says babe like he has to remind himself to say it. When he tries to clean my wound, he isn't gentle. He presses too hard, lingers too long, like he wants to hurt me, but is holding himself back. I pull away. Stop. He lets go immediately, too quickly. Something is wrong. I start looking around the house. The front door is locked. So is the back. The windows won't open. They look like they've been sealed shut. In the living room, there's a thick leather collar attached to a chain, bolted into the floor. I don't remember having a dog. In the bathroom, the walls are covered in sticky notes. Every single one says the same word. Mine, mine, mine. "Quinn," he calls from downstairs. "Dinner's ready, babe." I go anyway. He made pasta, poured wine. He doesn't eat. He just watches me, then glances down at his phone, over and over again. Watching, waiting. I don't touch the wine. Later, he leaves his phone on the table. I sit there for a long time before picking it up, my hands shaking. There's no signal, no notifications, nothing. But there are messages, drafts, unsent, to someone named Hannah. I'll kill the bitch. My chest tightens. I find him in the bedroom, tearing through my clothes, desperate, frantic. "Where is it?" he snaps. I ask him what he's talking about, and for a second he doesn't answer. Then he looks at me, and something in his face breaks. "Hannah," he says. "My girlfriend." My stomach drops. "You locked her in the basement," he continues. "You said you'd hurt her if I didn't stay, if I didn't call you babe, if I didn't act like your husband. You locked the doors. You replaced everything. You said you'd hurt us if I didn't obey you." Another memory hits me. I'm not running away. I'm chasing him, laughing. The stairs. He falls. Everything comes back, not all at once, just enough. Enough to understand. Enough to remember how this works. I step toward him slowly. He flinches. Good. I wrap my arms around him, and he's shaking in my arms. I press my face into his shoulder. He's mine.
Now that it's done, I have to admit, I'm impressed with myself. I mean, it was almost too easy to murder my wife. I won't go into details, but let's just say it didn't take much. 20 years of marriage. 20 years, and finally, everything is perfect. Money, freedom, early retirement at 47. Everything you ever wanted, except her. The mistake you made at 20, the one who would take half of everything. Half. That's too much. Way too much. So I fixed it. I surprised her with a trip to Miami. She was excited. Of course she was. In the morning, we did Pilates. She'd been talking about getting back in shape. I made sure she was tired. Then came the real surprise. Not Miami, the Bahamas. A private boat, drinks, sunshine, perfect. I even made her a margarita. She said it was strong. 30 miles out, just water in every direction. I grabbed her legs and flipped her overboard. That's it. That's all it takes. A little screaming, splashing. She looked up at me and managed to say, "I'm going to kill you." Yeah, right. Fish food, and I'm free. Phase 2. Sell everything. Start over somewhere new. Vermont, Alaska, doesn't matter. Fresh life. I get home, go straight to the garage. My BMW won't start. Brand new car. Makes no sense. I get it towed. Mechanic looks at me like I'm insane. Did you drive through a flood? What? No. He says the engine is full of water. Not just a little, everywhere. Tank, system, like I drove it through a swamp. Impossible. My phone keeps ringing. I answer. It's my neighbor. Something happened at my house. I get there, and it's gone. Just gone. Collapsed, like something crushed it. Fire trucks everywhere. No fire, just water damage, rot, mold, like the place had been drowning for years. They asked me if I smelled it, if I knew. I can't breathe. Everything feels wrong. Next thing I know, I'm in an ambulance. Oxygen mask. I blink. Hospital lights. Voices. Worst case of pneumonia I've ever seen. They say my lungs are full. I feel something in my throat, a tube, and I swear it's pumping water into my lung.
When I opened my eyes, I was lying on a cold steel table in an embalming room. How did I get here? Then it hit me. My wife poisoned me. The last thing I saw before I blacked out was her standing over me, smiling. That bitch. I tried to sit up, but my body wouldn't respond. My arms and legs barely twitched. I have to get out of here. I'm not dead. I forced the words out, but it didn't sound like my voice at all. Still, if anyone was here, they'd hear me. No one came. I'm on my own. With everything I had, I turned my head. A desk, a few feet away. A phone. If I can reach it, I can call for help. Slowly, inch by inch, I dragged my arm toward the edge of the table until gravity pulled it down. Now the hard part. I focused everything on my shoulder, lifting, rolling. It took forever, but I finally turned onto my side. Uh-oh, my body kept moving. The weight of my arm pulled me off the table. I crashed onto the floor, knocking over a tray of embalming tools. Metal clattered everywhere. Someone had to hear that. I didn't even feel the pain. Whatever paralyzed me numbed everything. Then I heard it. A door opening, footsteps on concrete. What the hell? The man knelt beside me, checking my pulse. Someone seriously screwed up. You're still alive. Wife poisoned me. The words came out broken, but he understood. I know your wife poisoned you, he said. She paid me a lot of money to get rid of your body. What? Sorry, dude. A deal's a deal. That's when he grabbed my arms and started dragging me toward the cremation chamber.
Our 10th anniversary was coming up, and I actually tried this year. I booked us a trip to the Grand Canyon. He'd always dreamed about it, ever since he saw it in a movie as a kid. I knew he was terrible at gifts, so I made it easy for him. I gave him a list. At the very top, a gold necklace, just like the one my mother used to wear. I didn't expect much, so when I found the exact link open on his laptop, I was happy. We went out to dinner. I gave him the tickets. He lit up like a child, and then he reached into his pocket and handed me a gift certificate. He apologized, said money was tight, said he'd make it up to me. I believed him. A week later, I saw Carol at work. I never liked her, honestly, but what caught my attention was her necklace, gold, exactly the same one. I told myself it was a coincidence, until the meeting. She showed it off, bragged, and then looked at me and smiled. That's when I knew. 2 weeks later, we were on the plane to Arizona. Everything was planned. Hotel, meals, tours, perfect trip. He loved it. Thanks, honey. This is the best gift ever. Better than the necklace you gave Carol? He froze. What? I didn't. She already told me. He didn't deny it. There are things she does for me too. That's when something in me shifted. We finished the trip. We didn't talk. I didn't look at him. On the last day, we stood at the canyon. How long are you going to keep this up? Probably as long as you're sleeping with someone else. I told you, I'll stop seeing her. Just not immediately. Not immediately. I'll get you the stupid necklace. I turned away. He followed me. And then he slipped. I screamed, reached for him, called for help. People gathered. Someone called the police. It's amazing how easy it is to sound terrified. Almost as easy as loosening the sole of a shoe, just enough, or wrapping a chain around someone's throat until they stop breathing. I guess that's why they call it a choker. Who needs a gold necklace when you already got the perfect gift?
I never believed in family curses. Honestly, I thought that kind of thing only existed in bad horror movies, something people made up when they couldn't explain their problems. My family was normal. My dad, Jonathan, everyone called him John, was a retired engineer, very organized, the type of guy who labeled every box in the house. My mom died of cancer when I was a teenager. After that, it was just the two of us, living quietly in the same house for years. Nothing strange ever happened, until recently. I met my girlfriend Rose about 8 months ago at a coffee shop near my office. I spilled my cappuccino all over her table trying to grab a napkin. Complete disaster.
You owe me another coffee.
She just laughed and told me she'd forgive me if I bought her another coffee. We started talking. One thing led to another. Dates, movies, weekends together. Eventually, she met my dad. He liked her immediately. He told me after dinner, "Don't lose this one, son." 3 weeks ago, my dad died. Stroke. It happened fast. Rose stayed with me through everything. Cleaning things, sorting boxes, deciding what to keep. I don't think I could have handled it alone. Yesterday, I went down into the basement. Boxes everywhere. Old photos, family stuff. Then I opened a box labeled Old Albums. At first it was normal. Photos of my dad, my grandma, old family gatherings. Then I turned a page, and my stomach dropped. There was a photo of my dad at the beach, his arm around a girl, black hair, tan skin, a big smile. She was wearing a red bikini, and she looked exactly like Rose. Exactly. Same face, same eyes, same smile. At first I told myself it had to be a coincidence. People have lookalikes. But then I turned the page, and there she was again, next to my grandfather, looking exactly the same. I kept flipping pages, different years, different photos, but always the same woman. She appeared in photos from the 60s, then the 70s, then with my great-grandparents. Always the same, not older, not younger, just the same. I slammed the album shut. Upstairs I heard Rose humming, like everything was normal, but something was very wrong. I locked myself in my dad's office, opened his computer, found a folder labeled Family. Inside were old scanned photos. Photos from the early 1900s, then the 1800s, and she was in all of them. Standing next to my ancestors, same face, same age, same woman. Then I found the oldest image, a daguerreotype, mid-1800s, a man with a thick beard, my ancestor Isaac, and next to him was Rose. That's when I realized something. Every generation of men in my family, she had been there. My dad, my grandfather, my great-grandfather, all of them. And all of them died younger than they should have. Stroke, heart problems, accidents, always sudden. Then I heard footsteps. The door opened.
Honey, lunch is ready.
She sounded completely normal, sweet, caring, but suddenly terrifying. That night I showed her the photos. She looked at them quietly, then she laughed.
You were always curious, just like John.
My blood went cold. My name is Luke.
I know, but you're just like him.
I asked her what she was.
I don't do anything. I just stay. Your ancestor Isaac found me in the woods almost 200 years ago, and ever since then, I've been here. Every generation, with every man, waiting. Your father was my favorite. I was very sad when he died.
I ran out the door, into the night. I never went back. New city, new job, new apartment. For months, nothing happened. No calls, no messages, no sign of her, until last night. I was unpacking a box. Old photos, old papers. And then I found it. A photograph. My father standing in front of our house. Young, smiling, alive. And next to him was Rose. But that wasn't the worst part. Behind them, in the window, there was someone else. Watching. At first I thought it was a reflection, until I looked closer, because the person in the window was me, standing in the dark, looking out, and smiling. The photo is dated 6 years from now.
If this story gave you chills, don't forget to subscribe, because the next one might be even worse.